color scheme onto the mannequin, and also, you know, bring in some of the love and lust that you see in fashion. So there's items and things in fashion that you absolutely love or you lust over. So he kind of graffitied those words on there. I don't know if you noticed it, but you'll see it before. Also, the mannequin it's a sculpture in a sense, because it is a piece of, you know, it's a mannequin, but it's also a piece of artwork now that sits there in the store that she can dress up or she can leave bare, and it still makes an amazing
Still
statement.
has functionality.
It has functionality, but it also makes an amazing statement. It represents women feeling amazing, being sexy, being stunning, being daring, all of those things that Isabel represents.
Now, I'm curious, how did you develop the ability to do that? I mean, because I hear you talk about talking to somebody and picking up their energy and their personality and then transforming it into a room or a space. That's like, I mean, when did you know you could do that sort of thing? You know, I mean, you just wake up one morning and look at a room and say, how's that work?
Well, actually, I worked. I think that skill kind of discovered me. I worked as a realtor, um, and I had a love and a passion for architecture, homes, beautiful homes. I was working in the South Orange Maplewood area, um, just like Newark. Newark has some great architecture down here. So I was doing that, and I came across. I had a listing for 1.3 million in South Orange area, and it was a beautiful home, but it needed some updates, and in order to sell it. So I got into staging. I brought in one of my best friends who had an amazing sense of style, and we together went out and staged the place, and it sold. It got a couple of offers even before we, you know, had the first brokers open. So in my journey doing staging, I realized that I truly had a passion for it, and I would go into furniture stores, not just any furniture store though, you know, antique stores.
Would you practice on them?
No, actually, no. What I discovered when I was in those stores was that there's something about the detail that, you know, some of those pieces had, you know, hand carving, nail heads, fabrics and textures, colors, things about those pieces that let me know that the artists that constructed them really put their heart and soul into them, and it spoke to my soul. So I felt like, wow, I could take this amazing chair, pair it up with some other pieces, do something really cool as a backdrop on the wall, add light fixtures, do all of this stuff and really affect the way a person feels. Not only affect the way the space looks, but affect and impact and inspire anyone who walks into that space to want to do something in that space, be it relax, read, entertain, whatever it is. They are feeling more of who they truly are in that space. And the idea of that really pleased me. The idea of being able to, you know, put things together for best effect, in other words. And that ability having an amazing effect on people or an individual. And them to be able to be in that space and feel more amazing or feel more creative or feel more in tune with who they are. And I feel like God does that for us, like in nature.
In a real sense.
In the real sense. So why not bring that into the internal?
Yeah, that's pretty
places.
amazing that you can transform a room energetically. Because that's, I mean, when I hear you, that's what I hear you saying. I mean, I never thought of an interior designer, you know, because the artist is so special and gifted. That's such a gift. I'm listening to how you're saying that you can look at furniture and match it with this and match it with that to just create an environment so people will feel a certain way. And many times probably don't even realize they feel that way.
Exactly.
But it's,
think about it, if you go into a space that is not visually appealing, right? Looks run down, desolate, whatever.
You want to get out.
Smells bad.
You want to get out.
Looks bad. How does it make you feel?
Yeah.
You know, when you're in that space.
You don't want to stay in there long either.
You don't want to stay in there long, and it might depress you. You know, so it's important. You know, that the place that we reside, the place that we spend most of our time working, studying, whatever it is that we love to
Right.
do. That's our
Shopping.
incubator.
Shopping, ladies.
Right.
You know you love to shop.
It's about an experience, and
I like that.
I
That's
think
true.
it is. It's truly about an experience.
Don't put it in.